Hey everybody, I just wanted to hop in here real quick and before we start the show, let you know that this is a video episode. We're going to do a good job, I think, of being descriptive of what we're looking at for your listening enjoyment, but it will be helpful to see what we're talking about as well. So if you want to do that, hop over to our YouTube channel and watch this video there. I'll provide a link in the show notes. Enjoy. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to the Free Bin, the Toledo, Oregon Public Library's podcast. As usual, I am Harrison.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're going to be getting a little weird with some...
Oh, boy.
Some old arcade software today.
Yeah.
This is going to be our second attempt
at
doing a video podcast. We've got a couple different video sources here, so
hopefully
it may work perfectly. It may not.
Right.
So we're just gonna see what happens.
Right, and there is a reason we're doing this.
Yes,
we have a good reason. So
there's a very good reason. To me, it's a good reason.
Yeah,
we'll see what the listeners think.
Right.
Before we get going, though, we should do our announcements. What do we got on the horizon, Cindy?
Okay, so if you listen to this on Saturday, which is tomorrow, it has been swamped at the library because we are getting ready for our big, beautiful book giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
There will be another one coming up probably towards the end of the summer, as we have not yet finished weeding our fiction section.
It's a never-ending job.
And it is. And so hopefully we won't, this is a big weeding job that hasn't been done since COVID.
Yeah.
And so we're pulling a lot of books, but don't worry, you who feel like we can't pull books, because, we want to just rehome them.
Yes.
To somebody who will love them. And then we can add more books to the library, because if we never weed, we would run out of space.
Mm-hmm. Library doesn't get bigger every year.
No, it's not like the TARDIS. And let's see. And then on the 17th of July, is that correct? Yes. Thursday night, 6 to 8, we have our community conversation, which is due to a grant from the Oregon Humanities for Oregon Humanities Grant for Rural Libraries. And we were the lucky recipients of a grant to host community conversations. And this first one is about the history of Toledo. And it's going to be presented by the History Center, the Yaquina Railroad Historical Society.
Yaquina Pacific Railroad Historical Society and Museum.
And Museum. They're going to be there. And then Ted Cox, who has written the book, The Toledo Incident, and is very knowledgeable on Toledo history. And so we are going to have him come and share, and then there'll be question and answer time. And that's just one of 3 that we are hosting over the summer.
Yeah.
And summer reading. No summer reading program on July 3rd.
Right.
But there will be one on the 10th. July 10th is Mo Phillips, who I believe is a musician and does a lot of fun stuff. So
yeah,
come to that, 10:30.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We also have our next game tournament is going to be a single elimination Joust tournament. That comes up on July 19th.
Yes.
And that's going to be at high noon. Single elimination, player versus player cutthroat joust, which happens to be our topic of discussion today.
That's right. That's right.
But before we do that, Cindy has...
I have a beverage.
A pinkish...
Yes, it is. And some of you may drink these. And these are ones that we discovered because I don't drink, I shouldn't say that. I drink sugared soda all the time. But I try to drink diet soda. And this is called Sparkling Ice Strawberry Lemonade. 0 sugar, but it has vitamins and antioxidants in it.
Okay. So I won't oxidize.
No. Yeah, right. And it does have vitamins in it. I mean, not a lot, but it's got vitamin E, vitamin B6, B12, niacin. It's not horrible for you. And the calories, 5 calories.
5 calories in the whole bottle.
0 sugar.
0 sugar.
And caffeine free.
What's it got instead of sugar? Is where we talking stevia, sucralose, aspartame?
I'm looking. I don't know. I don't see anything.
It's a mystery.
Sucralose.
Sucralose.
But it's way down on the list of ingredients.
Okay.
So it's, I love this. Bubbles with benefits is their little tagline.
Okay.
Full flavored fun with so much extra.
All right.
So it's
Useful bubbles.
It is, yeah. Strawberry lemonade.
This is high risk because we have a lot more hardware on and around the table.
Very, very careful. All I need to do is dump it on the laptop. So, yeah, I'm going to scoot my chair away so I do not carry them over the laptop because knowing me, I'd dump it.
I'm just going to risk it. I've got a keyboard in my lap. Let's see what happens.
Smells like strawberries.
It does smell like strawberries.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Bad?
No.
And it doesn't have a really horrible aftertaste. If you're one of those people who doesn't drink diet soda because of the aftertaste, this one isn't horrible.
It tastes like real strawberries, not the artificial strawberry, like pure whatever that molecule is.
And then I really like flavored lemonades, so this one is kind of one of my favorites.
It's nice.
But they have the really good ones. They have like mango, and they have pineapple, and they have coconut, and they have a ton of flavors. So, I'm not paid by Sparkling Ice. Not paid by them.
No sponsors here.
No. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. We are fortified with pink juice.
We're fortified and we're ready to talk about the 1982 Williams Electronics arcade classic Joust.
I never was good at this game.
It's fun to be bad at. That's kind of what makes it special. So Joust came out after Defender. It's similar to Defender in some ways.
Okay.
It's an arcade action game wherein players take the role of knights mounted on birds. Player 1 is mounted on an ostrich that can fly.
Oh, see, that's pushing the bounds of reality.
We're going to be doing a little bit of that today.
But then riding an ostrich.
Player 2 is on a stork.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yes.
Okay.
And the enemy, the CPU players, the computer enemies, are mounted on buzzards. You're playing in a 2-dimensional space viewed from the side, standard platform perspective, and you basically you try to land, you try to collide with the enemy players from above.
Right.
That unmounts them, generates an egg, which then you need to pick up. And if you do not pick the egg up in a timely fashion, it hatches into another knight, a more powerful enemy.
Oh, okay.
If it's a CPU player. And you need to pick up that egg before another buzzard comes, picks up that knight, and then it becomes a stronger knight. If you linger too long, then the pterodactyl comes.
Yes.
And is nigh unkillable.
Oh,
you can take it out by planting your lance directly in its mouth.
Oh, but that's tricky.
It's tricky, and there is a trick to it, which they patched early on.
I'm just
made it too easy. And then there are waves. Different levels are called waves.
Okay.
You can play it cooperatively as well, 1 player, 2 player.
Okay.
There's and of course, as we're doing in our competition, you can also take each other out and do it player versus player.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Some of the waves are what are called gladiator waves, which are sort of a friendship test. So if you are playing even cooperatively, because that's really by whether you're competing with the other player or playing cooperatively, it's by agreement, right?
Oh, right. Sure.
In a team wave, if you avoid colliding with each other, you each get like 3,000 points.
Oh.
In a gladiator wave, the first player to kill the other player gets 3,000 points.
Oh.
So that's how you know who your friends are.
Yeah, no kidding.
So so I will not be attacking you.
Thank you.
Because we are friends.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to die without you. I think I'm okay.
We're both going to die. I love Joust. I'm probably better at Joust than any other arcade game for me, but that's not saying much because I'm not good at arcade games in general.
Well, if anybody, watched the last one where we did this and I played Doom, I barely survived the easiest level ever on Doom. So,
I think we're going to do just fine.
Yeah, okay.
So here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to play a little bit of Joust. I'll introduce you to the gameplay.
Right.
And then...
So I don't know what I'm doing.
We're going to get a little weird with it, and I am going to try and make sense of the game. So this is going to be a video podcast, so please watch this if you can.
Bear with us.
If this works.
Right.
But I'll try to be descriptive anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and put a quarter in the machine, a couple quarters.
Okay.
We don't have a joystick hooked up. We are playing on archive.org. They have this software available to play in browser. I'll post a link in the show notes so you can play this game yourself.
Yeah.
Cindy, your controls.
Yes, tell me.
I've mapped for you. A is going to be your
This
left.
A?
Yeah.
Okay.
D is going to be your right. So you'll use your...
A and D.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there. Your flat button is going to be space, so just kind of mind the trackpad there. I realize that's kind of in the way. So I'm going to put a couple quarters in for us.
So
Boom, boom.
I can only go forward, backwards, and up, right?
Yes.
And my flap is to go up. Oh, dear.
Your flap is going to be every press is going to be one flap.
Am I the yellow guy?
Yep, you're the yellow knight,
Whoa,
and we just bounced off each other. And so what's interesting about Joust, and these are the bounders, the most basic enemies after us. I'm at an odd angle. There we go.
Oh, hello.
It really gives a sense of weight. There's a sense of physicality here that a lot of arcade games of this time, did not have.
I died.
So the fact that you're flapping once.
So before you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How do I kill these guys? Oh,
hit them from above.
Hit them from above.
When you collide, the highest player unmounts the other.
Oh, I did it.
Now you want to get that egg.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
And get this other guy first. Good dodge.
Woohoo!
You'll notice the screen wraps. You go off one edge.
I see, yeah.
You come out on the other. I'll let you get that guy.
Oh, thank you.
I'll come up to the top.
I love the way the little ostriches skid.
The running, the little skid sound effect. It's all just great. It feels great, especially in the context of early 80s arcade games. A lot of it was pretty blocky, straightforward.
Oh, I missed him.
And in this one, there's a simple physics in play. The more you flap, the more momentum you get, and the harder it is to...
Whoa. No,
there we go. Up. And the harder it is to control that momentum. Uh-oh. Don't want to hit you.
Oh, did you get the little thing? Your little egg there?
Oh, you get yours.
Okay.
See?
Woo!
And it's a team wave, so we got that. This is wave 3. See, we're doing great.
What's happening on the bottom here? It's starting to burn.
The bridge is burning away, and it's exposing the lava. I forgot to mention the lava. There's lava at the bottom, and there's a lava troll that comes out and grabs you. Oh, I got hit.
Oh, where am I? I think I died.
Oh, I've still got a little juice in me.
You got some juice.
So if I get down close here, let me see if I can get the lava troll up. Is the lava troll?
Goodness.
I'm going to get... Oh, no, not quite.
What's this guy? What's the little guy on the thing?
So that's the second level player. That's a hunter. Those chase you, unlike the bounders. So we'll let him do his thing, and you'll see what a bounder does. See, he's a little more aggressive, the AI.
Uh-huh.
So he's going to come for me.
Oh, boy. Oh, you're the little guy up... Oh,
yeah.
I see. He's the one that's looks like a knight. He's got his little gray outfit on.
Yeah. Okay. So and here comes the pterodactyl because I took too long. No. It moves quick.
Oh,
it's kind of tough to avoid. He got me.
Oh dear. Oh, you're still playing.
I still got one left.
I kind of held my own there until the bridge started to burn.
You did fantastic. And what's great about Joust is you get better at it quick, I find.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Thy game is over.
So a little bit of history. This is such a weird game conceptually. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
You're flying, you're jousting on birds. The birds are spitting out eggs that hatch into more knights. There's a lava monster. It's just bizarre. This game was developed. Part of the idea for this game was let's come up with a game that doesn't use a space theme. There were so many space themed games in these early things. So they somehow or another arrived at this. This was in an era where you could get a game like this from a small team. So the team that created this was John Newcomer. He was the leader of the development team. This is the biggest thing he's known for to this day because it's a huge game.
Yeah. It's actually pretty fun, I must admit.
Yeah, I love it. The rest of the team was Bill Futzenreuter,
Okay.
Janice Woldenberg Miller, and Python Angelo were the artistic team. And Python Angelo also did a lot of work with pinball stuff. So he did the cabinet art, and he did a lot of art for pinball games too. He was he was a character.
Well, with a name like Python, you kind of have to live up to that.
Yeah, Romanian American, very much not having known the man. He passed away in 2014, but he was known for being kind of a jovially sleazy character. And good. I don't know him. I don't know how much to praise or hesitate on talking about this guy.
Right.
But very, very good artist, very well regarded. He was winning. I've heard that he beat Salvador Dali in an art contest when he was an undergrad. He was amazing. Janice Woldenberg Miller, those great animations. So that was her work, as I understand it, and she based that on Edward Muybridge's 1902 book Animals in Motion was one of the references she used for actual birds to try and bring some life to this.
Right. Right. Well, they were interesting. The whole concept's just so bizarre to me because
it's so weird.
Somebody's riding ostriches. I mean, who thinks of that?
Yeah.
Who went, oh no, horses are that's too blah. Let's do something wild, and ride an ostrich. Although I know that people do because I've seen movies where they have ostrich races, and I know that people do ride ostriches. But
frowned upon.
Yeah, I would
not
think
good for the ostrich.
No.
And Tim Murphy and John Kotlarick were the other two on the development team.
Oh, okay.
So real small.
Yeah.
Like a room full of people.
Right.
It was written in assembly code. So this is old school. Obviously everything was old school.
Yeah, it was
a while ago.
It was in the 80s.
40 plus years ago. But yeah, it's a simple game graphically, but it communicates everything it needs to. I mean, the player sprites are 20 pixels high, but it tells you everything you need to know. It's a pterodactyl, it's an ostrich.
Right.
And it's just a lot of fun. It's a level of wacky that you don't see.
Right.
And the fact that it kind of tricks your brain into accepting that these birds are heavy because you have to flap so much, and every press of the button is one flap of the wings. And those are your only controls are stick left and right.
Right.
The original cabinet has a two-way restrictor plate. It only moves left and right on that joystick. And then one press for one flap. So you have to press to get momentum. Right. And so it feels heavy. It feels almost sporty more than gamey because so much unpredictable stuff is going to happen on that screen, especially when you really get going.
Right.
But those are the basics of Joust. So now I want to talk about how this could work and look in real life.
Okay.
This is where we're going to get weird.
Yeah, okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm terrified, but I'm ready.
So I crunched some numbers, and please, listeners, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this stuff. I wanted to get an idea of how big a space we're looking at here.
Oh, right? Because,
So if we assume that each one of these birds is 6 feet tall, and 20 pixels then, being the height of the player sprites, would be 6 feet. Say like ostrich height.
Okay.
Maybe. So that means that on this play field, the original resolution of which was 292 by 240 pixels, with every 20 pixels being 6 feet, that describes a space roughly 87 86.6 feet by 72 feet.
Okay.
So 86.
Almost a square.
0.6 wide by 72.
Okay.
But the screen wraps.
Oh.
You go off one end
and come on the other. Yeah.
So what three-dimensional shape is that?
Well, it would be not a cone. Like a cube or a...
It would be a cylinder.
Cylinder. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I knew you were.
I was almost there.
I knew you were there.
I can see it.
But I'm being weird, so I threw you off.
Okay, so it's a cylinder.
It's a cylinder.
How high? It's 72 feet high.
72 feet. Yep.
And then 80. Well, how does that wrap around then?
So if it's 87.6 feet in circumference, that comes to 27.89 feet in diameter.
Okay.
So this circular hole in which this is taking would be about 28 feet across, which is
that's
pretty tight.
It is tight.
But that's just, we're considering that just still in two dimensions.
Right.
These birds have to be big. They have a wingspan.
Right.
So,
right. And so do the pterodactyls.
And so do the pterodactyls. So they have to have a wingspan appropriate to a bird that can lift a human being. And we're assuming these are going to be the smaller size adults, right? These are jockeys.
Right.
So these are not going to be like, big people.
They'll be like 5'5", 140 pounds.
I'm thinking if you've got jockeys on birds jousting, you're going to want somebody no more than 5'5", maybe 5'3",
and really buff because they have to hold the lance.
Someone strong and small and light.
Right.
So, being generous here.
Okay.
I feel like by looking around, I did a little poking around online. I think we're north of 20 feet for wingspan on a bird that could hold someone up.
Okay.
Like a hold an actual human being based on what we know.
Big,
so
though.
Something like an Argentavis or another extinct large bird of prey.
Right.
Because we're already in a world where ostriches or something like them can fly. So we're kind of in fantasy world here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
At
least kind of. But that means that if we're dealing with this, we're dealing not in the circumference of the hole potentially, but the turning radius of the bird is what we're seeing.
Right.
So we need to tack on another, if we're saying a bird with a good enough wingspan for this, 24 feet maybe, I may be wrong in that, add another 12 feet onto the sides.
Yeah, they got to have some room.
So we're looking at least like a 55, maybe 60-foot hole now, diameter, I think.
Right.
If the birds are turning... like the head of the bird is turning in a 28-foot radius.
Right.
And so that's kind of what the physical space would look like. We're in the crater of a volcano with an active, permanent lava lake at the bottom.
With a troll.
With a troll in it. I could not find any example of a real-life lava lake that has a lava troll. But
dang it,
there are volcanoes that have a permanent or semi-permanent lava lake at the bottom, like Mount Nyiragongo in the Congo, in Virunga Park. That has a permanent basaltic lava lake at the bottom.
Right.
It's pretty dangerous in there. A lot of carbon. Some tragic stuff has happened with carbon dioxide leaking out of that, toxic gases. Yeah. And then the heat alone. If we're talking about a basaltic lava lake, that's running upwards of 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's upwards of 2010 C. Not accounting for the hazards presented by the gas. So if you were in a cylinder, even a 60-some foot wide cylinder above an active lava lake, you're in a glass furnace, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's flying birds in there.
No.
So we run into some physical problems.
I was going to say that goes against any, unless they're wearing like suits.
Right.
And their birds are protected too.
So I don't think we can do this in real life.
Darn
exactly.
I
is
don't
the
either.
bottom line.
I know.
So that kind of runs me through just the thought experiment of, could we do this in real life?
Right. I mean, you look at some of the other games, like you could do Doom in real life. You could do Street Fighter in real life. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Joust and, I mean, Defender and Galaga and those, you know, some of those other games, no, you can't do that. But it is interesting to imagine that.
Thank you for going with me.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I meant that in a nice way. I was laughing because I would love to see ostrich fighters with lances.
Yes.
I would love that. That would be so cool. I mean, really, think about it. But and technically, you probably could do it. Well, okay, technically you couldn't, but it's more believable without the lava lake.
Yeah, the lava lake really throws a wrench in things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're not the first people to tackle this problem a little bit, because a few years ago it did get put into pre-production for a movie
of Joust?
Based on Joust, but I believe that project died. I don't think they're doing it now. And
they couldn't tackle the physics.
if they ever do, I feel like it's going to be either the best or the worst movie to come out that year.
And you know, I'd still go see it.
I'll definitely see it. I'm sure I would love it.
I would still
either
go see
way.
it.
There was a sequel to Joust, Joust 2. Survival of the Fittest, which nobody played. It's more complex. You can change to you can change mounts.
Oh.
It's got some it really does have interesting dynamics. It's a good game. It's just, Joust is so straightforward in its
really
mechanics that I feel like it kind of suffers when you complicate it even a little bit.
Well, and that's the fun thing about it for me as a really a non-game player. I've been just kind of coerced into doing this.
I coerce Cindy into playing games sometimes.
Because I don't mind being mocked by my children's friends. He knows who he is. I think Joust is probably so much easier than having to go through a tunnel and explore a space. You are basically just trying to avoid or land on top of. I mean, that would be my strategy. How many people can I land on top of?
Yep.
And to get points and get my little eggs and stay alive. And so having just really only 3 controls is really good for non-coordinated people like me.
And due to that kind of physicality of it, you learn a lot quicker, at least in my experience. I was saying before, is you play 3 or 5 games of this and you immediately feel yourself getting better at it, as opposed to a more, a game like Pac-Man or something where you're kind of memorizing patterns. It's a different kind of learning. This kind of injects itself into kind of the physical learning to throw a ball through a hoop kind of thing that your brain is maybe, depending on your preferred learning style and how into it you are, you may take to that quicker and feel yourself getting better and getting farther, getting to the first pterodactyl wave, where it's just you and the pterodactyl.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's intense.
Well, I mean, I think, so for me, if somebody is like, it'd be kind of fun to do the Joust tournament, just come and practice.
Yeah, go for it.
Just practice. And it's up there to play, and you can practice as many times as you want, and just figure out the controls, because seriously, people, they are extremely easy. If I can do it, anyone can do it, so just come and play. And that's really what we've had, a lot of gameplay on a lot of different games. It's been really fun to watch because we got a lot of people, all ages, coming in and trying it out. And I just think, I will not be competing in the Joust. Thank you. Because I am an employee of the library. So I won't be doing it. But please come play. It's fun. And it's not as hard as it looks. I know a lot of people say, oh man, Joust is so hard. Yeah, if you want to score big scores, it's hard because you got to practice. But if you're just coming in to play, it's not that hard. It's 3 controls. And
it has that element that like pinball has, where being good pays off. There's a big difference between someone who's practiced a lot and someone who hasn't. But also, if you just go crazy and go wild and just
flap around.
Fly. Every once in a while, you will accidentally do something brilliant, and it feels great. If you just throw your bird and you're like, I don't know what to do here, sometimes you'll just randomly bounce in a way where I just took out 3 guys. And
there you go.
and it feels good. Usually ends in disaster, but sometimes...
but sometimes not.
It makes you look like a virtuoso.
There you go. No, it's a lot. It is fun. And every time I play one of these, I'm like, oh, that'd be fun to play again. I just need to find time to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all right.
Well.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yes. I'm glad to make a fool of myself any day of the week.
Me too.
For the library.
I do every single day.
Every single day. So, again, remind us the date.
The date is going to be July 19th. At high noon.
And we can get the little music.
Yeah. Fabulous prizes. We will have little medallions for, we'll have a third place runoff match. So we'll have gold, silver, and bronze, and some other of our fabulous prizes as well.
Other fabulous prizes. Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And we will talk to you all next week.
Bye.
Bye. The Free Bin is a production of the Toledo Public Library, which is part of the Lincoln County Library District in beautiful Lincoln County, Oregon. Writing by Cindy Balek and Harrison Baker. Original music and editing by Harrison Baker. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect those of any organization they represent. Good night.